Have you ever been turned away only to later realize it was a blessing in disguise? Today, we're exploring a transformative approach to life's rejections, guided by the timeless wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. Imagine living in a world where every no doesn't defeat you, but propels you forward. Where rejection, that word that usually makes your stomach tighten, becomes your secret weapon for growth and achievement. We're not talking about manipulating others or twisting fate. We're talking about understanding that sometimes when the universe closes one door, it's silently opening another that leads to something far greater than you initially sought. Are you constantly feeling dismissed, overlooked, or undervalued? It's time to rewrite that narrative. In this video, we'll uncover 13 powerful strategies that will teach you to harness rejection and transform it into your greatest ally. These aren't just philosophical concepts floating in the ether. These are practical, actionable techniques you can implement in your daily life starting today. Before we begin this journey together, help this wisdom reach others who might need it. Hit that like button, subscribe, and activate the notification bell to join our community of modern Stoics. Now, let's embark on this transformative path together. Are you ready to turn your rejections into your most profound victories? Strategy 1. Embrace indifference. When someone gives you the cold shoulder, your natural reaction might be to shrink back, to question your worth. But what if instead, you chose to rise above? Embracing indifference isn't about being petty or returning the slight. It's about making a powerful statement about your self-worth. Think about it. Someone has decided you're not worth their attention. That's not a reflection of your value. It's a limitation in their perception. By choosing not to chase their approval, you're saying, "I know my worth," and it isn't determined by your recognition. This approach is like holding up a mirror to their behavior. You're not retaliating, you're simply reflecting their energy back while remaining unaffected by it. How do you implement this without succumbing to bitterness? It's simple. Redirect your focus to what truly matters. Immerse yourself in activities that nourish your spirit and advance your goals. Whether it's pursuing a creative passion, engaging in physical activity, deepening your knowledge through reading, or spending quality time with those who genuinely value your presence, this isn't about exacting revenge. It's about reclaiming your energy and investing it where it yields positive returns. Yes, rejection stings, there's no denying that. But rather than allowing that pain to define you, use it as fuel for personal development. Construct a fortress of self-respect so sturdy that others' indifference simply cannot penetrate it. You're not merely enduring their rejection, you're flourishing in spite of it. This mindset doesn't just demonstrate emotional maturity, it testifies to your inner strength. Always remember, your value doesn't diminish because someone fails to see it. Stay authentic to yourself and let your actions speak volumes above their silence. Strategy 2. Maintain emotional composure. Rejection has a way of triggering our most primal emotions, making us want to lash out, break down, or desperately seek validation. But there's immense power in choosing calm over chaos. Stoicism, a philosophy as relevant in today's fast-paced world as it was in ancient Rome, offers us a revolutionary perspective. It doesn't advocate suppressing your emotions, but rather suggests not allowing them to commandeer your responses. When someone overlooks or dismisses you, instead of immediately reacting, take a step back. Ask yourself, why is this affecting me so deeply? Often, you'll discover it's not the rejection itself that wounds us, but how it interacts with our existing insecurities. This requires practice. When faced with rejection, pause. Take a deep breath. Remind yourself that this moment doesn't define you. It's merely one frame in the vast cinematic experience of your life. The Stoic philosophy teaches us to focus on what we can control, our actions and responses, rather than fixating on others' behaviors. Maintain your politeness. Preserve your kindness. If you feel compelled to reach out, do so from a place of genuine concern, not desperate expectation. This isn't about passivity. It's about becoming the master of your emotional domain. It's recognizing that your self-worth remains intact regardless of external approval or disapproval. Adopting this mindset is challenging, but transformative. When you learn to maintain composure in the face of rejection, You're not just handling a difficult situation, you're growing from it. You're discovering that inner peace doesn't depend on others' validation. This journey towards self-confidence teaches you to value yourself independently. And there's something paradoxically magnetic about this kind of self-assurance. People are naturally drawn to those who remain steady when challenges arise, who don't crumble at the first sign of disapproval. By maintaining emotional composure, you're not merely surviving, you're thriving. You're transforming each instance of rejection into a building block for a stronger, more resilient self. This is the essence of Stoic wisdom. Strategy 3. Release their influence. When rejection strikes, the art of mental detachment becomes your most powerful ally. This isn't about pretending the rejection didn't happen or that it didn't hurt. It's about transforming that experience into something constructive. Begin by acknowledging the rejection fully. Feel its impact, but don't allow it to become your anchor. Like a skilled navigator in stormy seas, use the waves of emotion to propel you forward rather than capsize your vessel. This requires a fundamental shift in perspective. Visualize rejection not as a dead end, but as a directional sign pointing you toward unexplored paths and possibilities. Instead of dwelling on what closed, focus on what might now open. Immerse yourself in activities that enrich your spirit and expand your horizons. Perhaps it's time to explore that book you've been meaning to read, challenge yourself with a new physical discipline, or contribute to a community cause that resonates with your values. These aren't mere distractions, they're pathways to self-discovery and growth. Every new experience carves another facet of your character, making you more adaptable, more resilient in the face of future challenges. Through this process, you're not just moving past rejection, you're using it as a catalyst for personal evolution. Surround yourself with positivity. Cultivate relationships with those who uplift and inspire you. In their company, share your aspirations, listen to theirs, and create an environment where mutual growth flourishes. Always remember, rejection doesn't reflect your inherent value. Rather, it's an invitation to rediscover and reinvent yourself. As you navigate this journey, you may find that what initially felt like painful rejection was actually a redirection toward a more authentic and fulfilling path. Strategy 4. Showcase your excellence. Rejection can feel like a heavy blow, but it also serves as a litmus test for your resilience. Instead of wilting under its weight, view it as an opportunity to demonstrate your true capabilities. When you're sidelined in a meeting or overlooked for a role you deserved, take a deep breath. Rather than allowing self-pity or resentment to take root, channel that energy into constructive action. Take on a project that highlights your unique skills, volunteer to lead an initiative, or develop a solution to a problem everyone else has overlooked. Your value doesn't diminish because someone failed to recognize it. In fact, others' oversight creates the perfect backdrop against which your capabilities can shine even more brilliantly. Remember that timeless saying, "And one door closes, another opens." This isn't just optimistic rhetoric, it's a practical blueprint for action. Rejection isn't a reflection of your worth, it's often a redirection toward opportunities better aligned with your talents and aspirations. Use this moment as a catalyst to reassess and realign. What are your core strengths? How might you pivot to maximize them? This isn't about crafting a narrative of revenge success, it's about authoring your own story where setbacks become setups for your next breakthrough. This doesn't mean plastering an insincere smile over your disappointment. It means embracing the full spectrum of emotions, acknowledging them, and then moving forward with intention and grace. The Stoic philosophy teaches us to focus on what we can control, our actions and reactions. When faced with rejection, practice empathy, both for yourself and for others. Perhaps the person who overlooked you is fighting their own battles with insecurity or pressure. Extend understanding not as weakness, but as testimony to your emotional strength. Grow from these experiences, reflect on them, learn. Then, like the phoenix, rise from the ashes of rejection, more formidable and wise than before. Rejection, therefore, isn't the conclusion of your story. It's a plot twist, propelling you toward becoming the most authentic, resilient version of yourself. Face it directly, apply the wisdom of the ages, and watch as it transforms from your greatest fear into your most powerful ally in personal development and achievement. Hashtag Strategy 5. Create strategic distance. Silence isn't merely the absence of sound. It's a potent tool in your emotional arsenal, particularly when dealing with rejection. Imagine you've been ignored or dismissed. Your immediate instinct might scream, "Fix this, reach out, bridge the gap." But here's where you flip the script. Embrace silence, not as a game, but as a reclamation of your personal power. When you choose not to react, not to send multiple messages or make repeated calls, you're creating space, not just for them, but for yourself to recalibrate and remember that your worth isn't tied to anyone's acknowledgement. This silence isn't passive, it's active and strategic. You're not simply waiting, you're reflecting and evolving. It's a period to refocus on your goals, passions, and the life you're building, independent of this particular relationship or situation. This period of strategic distance isn't cold or punitive. It's a boundary you establish for your mental well-being. It communicates, "And I respect myself too much to pursue approval or validation." This mindset embodies Stoic principles and reinforces your self-worth and inner confidence. Consider the message your silence conveys. In a world where instant responses are expected, your thoughtful restraint can be intriguing, even magnetic. It demonstrates that you're not easily shaken, that your life is rich with interests and priorities beyond this momentary rejection. This approach isn't about manipulating others into regret or compelling them to return. It's about showing that you're grounded, centered, and not readily swayed by external validation or its absence. While this strategy doesn't guarantee a change in others' behavior, it ensures transformation in yours, making you stronger, more centered, and better equipped to face future challenges with dignity and composure. Hashtag Strategy 6. Exceed expectations. The art of leveraging rejection goes beyond merely proving others wrong. It's about revealing to yourself what you're truly capable of achieving. It's about transforming a no-no into the fuel that powers your personal growth. When someone doubts your abilities or questions your potential in a specific area, seize this as an opportunity to sharpen that particular skill, not for their validation, but to surpass your own perceived limitations. Immerse yourself in learning, practice diligently, and emerge with a level of proficiency that surprises even you. This isn't about orchestrating a dramatic reveal to silence the skeptics. It's about quietly building a foundation of competence and self-assurance that becomes unshakable, regardless of external opinions. Imagine the power of letting your actions communicate instead of your words. You don't need to announce your intentions or broadcast your progress. Allow your results to speak eloquently on your behalf. If someone labels you uncreative, embark on a project that showcases your innovative thinking. If they question your commitment, let your consistent actions deliver the response. This silent revolution of self-improvement isn't waged against others' perceptions. It's a personal quest for excellence. And when you transform yourself, the narrative others hold about you naturally shifts too. The essence of exceeding expectations lies not in changing others' opinions, but in reshaping your own self-concept. Your journey of improvement will not only surprise those who doubted you, but will fundamentally redefine your understanding of your own capabilities. This strategy transcends merely proving skeptics wrong. It's about redefining what outright means for you. In this journey, the greatest victory is realizing that the only validation that truly matters comes from within. Hashtag Strategy 7. Embrace joyful living. Life's true essence reveals itself most vibrantly when we step beyond our comfort zones, especially after facing rejection. Embracing joy isn't merely about having fun. It's a strategic choice to build resilience against life's inevitable disappointments. The typical reaction to rejection is withdrawal, to retreat and ruminate on the experience. But here's where we implement a powerful reversal, deliberately seeking out joy as a counterbalance. This isn't about denying your feelings, it's about giving them a new context, a different playground. Whether it's exploring a new hobby that's always intrigued you, or revisiting a passion you've neglected, the activity itself becomes a declaration of defiance against rejection's weight. It says, This setback doesn't define my capacity for happiness. As humans, we're inherently social beings, and there's tremendous power in shared experiences. In your journey to leverage rejection, remember the value of community. Invite friends for an adventure, join a group project, or simply share a meal and conversation. These moments of connection do more than lift your spirits. They reaffirm your place in the human tapestry, reminding you that you are more than the sum of your setbacks. You're part of a larger narrative that thrives on connection and shared resilience. Here's where true transformation occurs: venture into the unknown. Rejection often feels like a closed door, but in reality, it makes visible many more that were previously hidden. Try a cuisine you've never experienced, visit a location you've never explored, or attend a workshop on a subject entirely foreign to you. These experiences aren't mere distractions, they're opportunities for profound growth. Each new encounter adds dimension to your character, making you more adaptable, more empathetic, and better equipped to navigate life's unexpected turns. Remember, the goal isn't to forget the rejection, but to grow beyond it, transforming every no into a stepping stone toward a richer, more vibrant existence. This is how rejection becomes not an endpoint, but a launching pad for a more expansive life. Strategy 8. Cultivate social resilience. Picture yourself in a room where you feel invisible, overlooked by those whose attention you once sought. Within this moment of apparent insignificance lies a powerful opportunity. Stoicism teaches us to transform such experiences of rejection into catalysts for personal development. Rather than pursuing external validation, redirect that energy towards self-enhancement and community engagement. This isn't about climbing social hierarchies, it's about ascending your own ladder of self-development. Activities like physical conditioning, exploring new interests, or advancing in your professional domain aren't merely tasks to occupy your time. They're tools that sculpt a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. As you grow in capability and confidence, something remarkable happens. You naturally draw others toward you. When sharing your journey, do so not to gather applause, but to create genuine connections. Discuss your interests and achievements as bridges to find kindred spirits who resonate with your path. This approach isn't a strategy to accumulate followers, but an authentic effort to discover meaningful relationships. By engaging in volunteer work or thoughtful networking, you're not just adding credentials to your resume, you're weaving a tapestry of significant relationships based on shared values and mutual growth. This approach is deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, where personal development and contributing to collective well-being are inseparably intertwined. In cultivating social resilience, your intention becomes paramount. It's not a quest for popularity, but a journey toward becoming your best self. Every step you take should advance your personal growth while creating positive ripples throughout your community. This perspective shift is crucial. It's not about being seen by others. It's about seeing yourself evolve and, in turn, helping others develop. This Stoic mindset offers a powerful framework for navigating modern social dynamics, transforming rejection's tide into a wave of positive change that lifts not only you, but those around you. Strategy 9. Practice detached indifference. When confronted with someone who consistently ignores you, sometimes the most powerful response is quiet dignity. This isn't about pettiness or coldness. It's about honoring your own peace of mind and emotional well-being. If someone chooses to overlook your presence or contribution, allow them that choice without resistance. Don't waste precious energy attempting to capture their attention or initiate conversation. Instead, redirect your focus elsewhere. In social settings where this person is present, turn your attention toward those who genuinely value your company. Engage in meaningful conversation there. This approach recognizes a fundamental truth: your worth isn't determined by anyone else's acknowledgement or lack thereof. During unavoidable interactions with this person, maintain professional courtesy. Keep exchanges brief, relevant, and devoid of personal depth. This isn't about creating drama or making a statement. It's about preserving your dignity and emotional resources by establishing clear boundaries. This stance communicates, I'm present for what matters, not for performances or games. It keeps you centered on your priorities rather than being destabilized by indifference. If the disregard persists, embrace the wisdom of strategic withdrawal. This isn't defeat, it's tactical repositioning. It demonstrates your understanding that your energy deserves investment in relationships and pursuits that nurture rather than deplete you. By choosing not to engage in one-sided emotional labor, you're not merely moving away from a person. You're moving toward better opportunities, healthier interactions, and greater peace of mind. Your response to indifference, therefore, isn't evidence of weakness. It's testimony to your strength, self-awareness, and respect for your own well-being. It's the quiet power of choosing what deserves your attention and what doesn't. Strategy 10. Embrace strategic silence. Choosing silence when faced with indifference isn't about gaining tactical advantage. It's about preserving your dignity and inner harmony. Stoicism teaches us to use silence not as a weapon to hurt or manipulate, but as an instrument for self-reflection and emotional mastery. When someone ignores you and you respond with silence, let that quiet space become a chamber for introspection. Use this time to understand your emotions, to sift through your thoughts with careful attention, and to discover clarity amid confusion. This isn't about punishing the other person, it's about protecting your mental peace. Within this silence lies a profound opportunity for personal growth. Rather than shutting down emotionally, you're opening up to deeper self-understanding. The Stoic tradition encourages us to use these moments to reflect on our values, our virtues, and how we wish to engage with the world around us. Ask yourself, why does this situation affect me so deeply? What can I learn from this experience? How might I grow stronger through this challenge? This form of silence is constructive rather than destructive. It's a moment to reinforce your character and align your responses with your core principles. When you choose to remain silent, let it be a conscious decision rooted in self-care and wisdom. It's a commitment to avoid engaging in behaviors beneath your dignity, such as manipulation, revenge, or petty reactions. Instead, embrace what Stoicism calls for: temperance and self-mastery. By choosing not to respond to provocation or indifference, you're not ignoring someone else, you're attentively listening to yourself. This practice helps you maintain composure, focus on your personal journey, and embody the Stoic ideal of serenity amidst adversity. Your silence becomes not a void but a presence, full of dignity, self-respect, and the quiet confidence that comes from knowing exactly who you are and what you stand for. Strategy 11. Preserve your dignity. When confronted with indifference, the Stoic path isn't to plead for attention. It calls for anchoring yourself firmly in your own self-worth and independence. When someone ignores you, it's not a signal to perform more vigorously for their notice. Instead, it's an invitation to turn inward and reaffirm your inherent value. Stoicism teaches that our self-esteem shouldn't fluctuate like a pendulum based on others' reactions. It's about establishing an unshakable self-regard, understanding that your worth isn't negotiable or dependent on external validation. Engage with your passions and pursuits with a spirit of self-sufficiency. This isn't about creating a show designed to make others realize what they're missing. It's about realizing for yourself the unique gifts and perspectives you bring to every situation. Immerse yourself in activities that fulfill you. Connect with people who appreciate your presence. Cultivate a life that generates genuine pride, not from others' perceptions, but from alignment with your deepest values. This isn't passive resignation. It's an active, vibrant embrace of your own life path. It means becoming so engrossed in your own growth and happiness that external validation gradually loses its power over your emotional state. Rather than chasing fleeting attention, invest in yourself. Build a life of meaning and purpose that satisfies you independently of how others perceive it. Let your confidence emerge naturally from personal development and achievements, not as a performance crafted for an audience. This Stoic approach transcends merely coping with rejection. It transforms rejection into an opportunity to deepen your self-knowledge and strengthen your understanding of what truly constitutes worth. It turns what could be a moment of weakness into a foundation for profound personal strength. Strategy 12. Balance kindness with emotional boundaries. Even when confronted with indifference, choose the path of kindness, but keep your emotional world carefully protected. This isn't about coldness, It's about preserving your inner harmony while still engaging with the world in a principled way. When someone ignores you, it's natural to experience hurt or frustration. However, Stoicism guides us to meet such moments not with emotional turbulence, but with composed dignity. Offer a genuine smile, a courteous greeting, or simply wish them well, but do so without burdening these gestures with expectations of reciprocity. Your kindness is an offering, not a transaction. Maintaining emotional boundaries isn't about constructing walls. It's about drawing necessary lines. It's understanding that while you can control your actions and responses, you cannot control how others receive them. This distinction isn't weakness but strength, not isolation but discernment. By remaining kind yet emotionally self-contained, you're declaring, "I choose not to let your indifference disturb my equilibrium." This approach doesn't just shield you from unnecessary pain, it empowers you to engage with the world on your own terms. This balance of kindness with emotional boundaries embodies Stoic wisdom at its finest. It allows you to move through life's complex social terrain with grace, while maintaining firm ground in your own emotional integrity. It demonstrates respect both for yourself and for others, while testifying to your maturity and self-awareness. Through this practice, you navigate life's inevitable rejections not with bitterness or wounded pride, but with an unshakable sense of inner tranquility and dignity that no external circumstance can diminish. Strategy 13. Maintain composed resilience. When someone dismisses or ignores you, the urge to display your struggle can be powerful. However, Stoicism teaches us the art of maintaining composed resilience, not as performance, but as genuine inner strength. This isn't about pretending everything is perfect when it isn't. It's about cultivating true internal stability that withstands external pressures. Continuing your life with the same vigor and determination isn't a show for others. It's a testament to your own resilience and self-possession. This approach doesn't require denying your feelings. Acknowledge them privately, process them honestly, but don't allow them to take control of your actions or dictate your responses. Let calmness and self-assurance guide you through turbulent emotional waters. It's about mastering what you can control: your behavior, your reactions, your demeanor. By proceeding with quiet confidence, you're not just demonstrating strength to others, you're reinforcing it within yourself. This practice subtly affirms that your sense of self-worth remains independent of others' opinions or actions. In essence, by maintaining composed resilience, you're embracing the Stoic philosophy of emotional self-governance. This isn't about suppressing emotions, but managing them in a way that preserves your dignity and self-respect. It demonstrates wisdom and integrity, showing that you remain grounded in your own character, regardless of external circumstances. Your response to rejection becomes not just a message to the world, but a mirror reflecting your own fortitude and stability, qualities that ultimately attract the right opportunities and relationships while repelling those that don't serve your highest good. Conclusion. We've journeyed together through 13 powerful strategies for transforming rejection into opportunity, uncovering the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy along the way. Remember, each no you encounter isn't merely an obstacle, it's a stepping stone toward greater resilience, deeper self-knowledge, and more authentic success. Each rejection contains within it the seeds of future triumph, if only we have the wisdom to nurture them properly. I challenge you now to apply these insights in your daily life. The next time you face dismissal or indifference, rather than reacting from habit, pause. Choose one of these strategies and implement it consciously. Observe how it shifts not just the external situation, but your internal landscape as well. I'm eager to hear your stories of transformation. Subscribe to our channel, activate the notification bell, and share your experiences in the comments below. Your journey might just inspire someone else facing similar challenges. If words fail you, simply type "strength" in adversity to show you've completed this session and are ready to apply these principles in your life. Your engagement fuels this community, guiding us all toward greater wisdom, deeper understanding, and the art of turning every challenge into an opportunity for growth. Here's to mastering the Stoic art of resilience together. Stay strong, stay centered, stay stoic.